Monotheism comprises three major sects: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. These sects can be considered as offspring originating from a common source. They share a similar core belief system and fundamental teachings. Hence, we will now outline the shared mythical and doctrinal tenets found in all three faiths. The initial principle of monotheism asserts that the cosmos is governed by a single, exclusive deity who serves as its creator and controller. This one God is unique, not manifesting in various forms, and strictly forbids the worship of any other deities or goddesses. Worshipping other gods is a serious offense against the one God. The second principle of monotheism states that the one God brought the cosmos into existence without the assistance of any material substance. In other words, the cosmos emerged from a state of pure emptiness or nothingness. His miraculous act serves as a testament to the omnipotence of the one God. Had the one God relied on even the slightest aid from any substance, it would have diminished his omnipotence. Consequently, the one God remains distinct from his own creation, ensuring his transcendence. Now, the third tenet of monotheism asserts that human male is revered as the highest creation of the one God. When forming the human male, the one God crafted a clay figure in the likeness of a human and breathed his own breath into it, infusing it with a divine soul. However, the existence of a soul in the human female remains uncertain. The one God took a rib from the human male and fashioned it into the form of a human female, yet did not breathe his breath into this figure. According to the fourth tenet of monotheism, human beings have a singular existence, and the utmost purpose of that existence is to engage in exclusive worship of the one God. However, direct contact between humanity and the one God is unattainable. The one God remains outside the cosmos, while humans reside within it, rendering direct interaction inconceivable. In compassion for humankind's plight, the one God sends prophets periodically to convey his commandments. Each prophet unveils unprecedented commandments from the one God, never before heard. Throughout history, the one God ultimately dispatches the perfect prophet, who imparts a comprehensive and complete code of commandments. This prophet is known as the last prophet, delivering the final commandments of the one God, to which no additions or subtractions can be made. The revelations of the last prophet encompass the entirety of truth. According to the fifth tenet of monotheism, two significant developments occur following the arrival of the last prophet. Firstly, the history of humanity undergoes a division into two distinct periods. The era preceding the arrival of the last prophet is regarded as a time of darkness or ignorance, while the period after is considered a time of illumination or knowledge. None of the modes of worship, cultural heritage, or social customs from the earlier period remain valid, as complete eradication of the past is seen as essential for the salvation of mankind. Secondly, after the arrival of the last prophet, humanity becomes divided into two groups. One group professes unwavering faith in the last prophet and follows the path shown by him. The other group expresses doubts or outright rejection of the last prophet. The first group becomes beloved to the one God, while the second group incurs his wrath. The one God commands the first group to engage in unceasing jihad against the second group, with the objective of either bringing them under the submission of the last prophet or eradicating them entirely. According to the sixth tenet of monotheism, the last prophet has been granted authority over the entire world by the one God, and this authority extends to the group that professes unwavering faith in the last prophet. Simultaneously, the one God has declared the lives and possessions of the group that rebels against the last prophet as forfeit. Therefore, it becomes the sacred duty of the faithful group to comply with the commandments of the last prophet and seize the lives and belongings of the rebel group. Those who resist with arms from the rebel group are to be massacred, while their families are to be captured and sold into slavery. Their movable and immovable assets are to be plundered, and their places of worship are to be destroyed. Religious texts are to be burnt, and their religious leaders should be dishonored or potentially killed. The entire cultural heritage of the rebel group should be erased. Those from the rebel group who accept defeat are to be converted to the faith of the conqueror. If conversion is not possible, they are to be relegated to second-class citizenship and oppressed until they seek refuge in the last prophet. The fulfillment of these commandments does not require the believing group to possess higher moral character or greater purity of consciousness. Solely professing exclusive faith in the last prophet is sufficient. According to the seventh proposition of monotheism, on the last day, all individuals who have lived from the beginning to the end of creation will rise from their graves and stand before the one God for the final judgment. On this day, the last prophet will reappear and sit on the right side of the one God, providing an account of the good and bad deeds of every person. Those who have professed faith in the last prophet will be granted eternal heaven, where they will have access to unlimited quantities of the finest pleasures of the earthly world. Conversely, those who have rebelled against the last prophet will be condemned to everlasting hell, where they will endure unimaginable torments. It should be noted that during the judgment, the one God will focus not on the actions of the individuals, but rather on their faith. Deep faith in the last prophet will allow the one God to forgive many transgressions. Additionally, the last prophet will wholeheartedly advocate for exclusive devotees and request special blessings for them. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam share common ground in 7 propositions. However, their conflict arises mainly from their differing beliefs regarding the last prophet, alongside some secondary matters. Jews consider Moses their last prophet, Christians believe in Jesus Christ, and Muslims follow Muhammad. Unfortunately, this conflict has led to much maligning and even violence among these faiths. The Jews, in particular, have suffered greatly as Christians and Muslims have accused them of killing prophets and corrupting scriptures. Holy wars have been fought between Christianity and Islam as well. Interestingly, despite their differences, followers of all 3 faiths have shown hostility towards the followers of Advaita. While the Jewish slaughters remained confined to Palestine due to various reasons, Christians and Muslims have caused extensive bloodshed in many countries, resulting in the destruction of spiritual and cultural wealth wherever they could reach.